Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to M107 Gaming. As you can see, I've had some new upgrades recently, so hopefully this new microphone setup is working great, you guys can hear me. I'm having a slight issue with the chat for some reason. I don't know what its problem is. I am trying some multi-broadcasting stuff, so maybe that might be what the issue is. But as you can see, I have a new overlay, new logo. I have a new merch store now. If this microphone doesn't work, I do have a backup, more professional microphone set up and ready to go. All I do is to switch to it. So let me know. Like I said, I don't know what's going on with my chat. Hopefully maybe it'll fix itself soon. But I don't know why it's not loading. Not really exactly sure what the problem is. But hopefully maybe it works itself out. In the meantime, I hope you guys are enjoying the music from the Outer Worlds. I know I have been for about 10 minutes now, trying to make sure everything's good and set, so that way y'all have something nice to listen to before I present myself, as they would say. Like I said, I got a new overlay package, icons, I got a merch store, website, all that. So all that stuff is on my Twitch page if you haven't already. Honestly, I'm kind of ready. Let's jump right into it, shall we? But yeah, so hopefully you guys like the new microphone. And you guys can hear me a lot better and a lot clearer now. And hopefully you guys like the overlay package, channel, logo, and the merch store that I've put together. So, okay, I'm trying to remember what I was doing the last time I played this. I was supposed to play Friday, but I I had an issue and wasn't able to stream, so I think I'm working on some side quests. That's what I'm doing. Oh hey, I got into this room now. Whoop, whoop. I don't know about you guys, but I have been enjoying this game so far. I almost hate when I have to get off and almost want to play it straight through 5 days straight, but I know that wouldn't be fair to you guys, so instead, Tuesdays and Thursdays I do community nights, so you guys can come and play with me in Minecraft. Don't worry, I got it. Alright, well, we got what we came in here for, so let's go ahead and, oh. Hello. Free stuff. Alright, anyway. The chat is still acting up for some reason. I don't know what's going on with it. I cannot Yeah, so my stream chat is issues. So I do apologize, guys, if I can't see your chat message because it still just says connecting to chat. I don't know. Should I try this? I don't know if it's gonna work though. Doesn't look like it. Nope. I don't know. I guess maybe that's something I'll have to fix tomorrow before we do the community play. Ow. That hurt. Boom, baby. Ha ha! Sorry. Alright, well, I took out all of mine. Oh, nope, actually I didn't. Alright, here we go. Yeah, hopefully you guys like the new better audio and the new overlay package and logo, and you've seen the merch store and just all around. Hopefully you guys like everything. I know I've been super stoked about it since I got it. I couldn't wait to... Oh man, it's almost up there. I couldn't wait to just like show it off. Ah, finally got in there. Wow. The other day I spent so much time just trying to get in here. Now I got in there just like that. Alright then. Take the short way. I don't feel like taking the long way. Oh, is this the one that had like two choices? Oh boy.
Friend of mine died a couple weeks back.
Somebody's been running around town raving about a colony ship. Plague must have gone into their brain matter. Oh, I'm an actuary. That means I keep tabs on a worker's living expenses. How much it costs to feed, clothe, shelter, bury, and replace your average human worker. Technically, I'm employed by the Spacer's Choice Department of Human Resources.
Alright.
Thanks. I'll see to it that this medicine gets to the people who need it. Here, something for your trouble. Nothing personal, but I hope we never do business together again. Don't want to make a habit of consorting with smuggler types. And there it is. The reason I don't like depending on a criminal. I kept a little contingency fee in case you decided to shake me down. Somebody deserving. Silas on account of him being out in the cold. Amelia seeing how she's around people all the time. Anybody in the sick room?
And I guess we'll go talk to Thomas. Let's get him his books. Alright, let's see, where is he? Okay, I think he's over here. I'm gonna take the short way. Hopefully I don't run into any more of those gorilla things again, cause yeah, you know, that was fun. I also need to switch my weapon. Yeah, is this my shotgun? This is my assault rifle. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. Oh, I guess that is it. Okay, well, you know, whatever. Anyway, get him his books, and then I think what we might do is take Reed out, and then get them to come back. I think that would be the best option, honestly. Let's see. Apparently I missed picking that stuff up at some point. Which is odd, I usually never miss a container. Okay, I'll read that some other time, or you guys can just always pause it if you want to read it. That was pointless. I think I hit the wrong button. There we go. Always reload to be ready to shoot. Go ahead and save it. That way, something goes wrong, I'll lose all that time. Alright.
Everybody keeps staring at me. It's not my fault the power's dead. No kidding. Really? Well, which one? Look at that! Building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes, a primer. I'm just glad it survived all these years. I appreciate you going through all that trouble. One datapad's enough to guide me down my newfound path. Just remember, I got something saved for you if you find me all three. Well, don't keep me in suspense. Ain't that just ironical? If I'd worked a little longer back at the cannery, I might have found this myself. 2 whole datapads? Be still my beating heart. Oh, almost forgot your payment. Well, don't keep me in suspense. The geothermal plant? Now that is just incredible. You really went exploring down there? Adelaide always told us it was swarming with hostile mechanicals.
Well, not anymore.
Complete set. All 3 parts. I'm gonna be the greatest engineer Halcyon's ever seen. Aside from you, Ms. Parvati. I swear, I'll do you proud.
I'm glad we could help, Thomas.
I've been saving something for you. Just a little contraption I found. Should fit right into your outfit.
Alright, let's see if we can remove Reed from Edgewater. Alright, we are back in town. Whoop whoop. Alright, come on, everybody in. Save it just in case, because you never know.
This is a fine day, friend. Power flows through our town like a cool stream of water. I trust Adelaide's people have seen their way to reason. So, when can I expect them back at their posts? Then we are at an impasse. Stewardship over this town has been entrusted to me by Spacer's Choice. I am not perfect. I have made my share of mistakes, but I have done my best for this town. I am a Spacer's Choice man. My father was a Spacer's Choice man. Edgewater may not look like much to some buttoned-up freelancer, but it is my home. Unless you can demonstrate to me that we are helpless without her, I see no reason why I should stand down. You'll excuse me for being skeptical. How exactly is Adelaide growing crops in barren soil? If Adelaide's found a way to feed her people and cure the plague, then she deserves this office more than I do. I won't stand in her way. My life here is ended. Give me a little time to settle my affairs. I'm sure Adelaide will be glad to see the back of me. A couple months ago, I might have put in for a transfer. It's a big colony. Spacer's Choice has other towns. Now, I couldn't show my face in any of them. No such thing as an honorable resignation. Suppose I could find a place outside the walls, or put in for early retirement. I have always tried to do right by my town. It has never been easy.
Alright, well, I got him to leave. Alright, so let's go talk to her, I guess, and let her know what's the dealio. And then I guess we can get off this rock. This rock. This rock. Well. A lot of walking. I have to say, it's a lot of walking.
Look at that. The snake's come back. I never thought I'd see the day that Reed Thompson abandoned his post. Suppose we all have a breaking point. Suppose it's time our flock made our way back to Edgewater. We must tend to what remains of the town and carry on with our lives as best we may. You're vexing to me, you know? Injuring us with one hand, helping us with the other. Here, I'm giving you something to leave us be. It's a ransom, you understand, not a reward. This don't put us on even footing, you understand. But it is a start. I might turn that old cannery into a garden. Got ourselves a whole cemetery bursting with bodies. I need some time to gather my personals. Long walk back to Edgewater. Got a considerable burden to carry.
Let's see, I got 2 left. One there. One there. Alright, so I guess now the only thing is to leave this planet. Pretty sure that's the only quest I got left. Yep. Alright, so let's go back to the ship.
That's the last of them!
Let's see. Okay. I was just trying to see where they had died at so that way I can free ammo and stuff, because you know, can't go wrong with free ammo. Alright, let's go check in here. How about that? Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got in here. See what we got in here. Alright, see what we got. More stuff here. Go ahead and pick this.
Great work.
Alright, we'll go here. Go to armor. 17, 18. I think what I might do is give it to my guy over here. There we go. There. Alright, now, anyway, back to the sheep. Feed me up, Scotty. Sweet, I got a shovel. No idea what I'm gonna do with that, except maybe dig some holes. Dig in some holes. Can't remember if I checked over here or not. You know what? Let's go take a look anyway. What's the worst that could happen? We may find something we may have missed, right? Oh, apparently I haven't been here. Alright, well. Let's take a look. Is that it so far? This is kinda sucks. Everybody's dead already. Oh, no, I don't want to sleep. Better off sleeping on the ship, yeah. That's right, I checked him already. Well, I think that's everybody. So let's go on and get out of here, shall we? Wait to see where we go next. So exciting.
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but every time I think of going back, I get this sinking feeling. Well, it's kind of you to say that. And you're right. I wasn't happy. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves for my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think? Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, mister. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
She's super excited. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's skedaddle.
Captain, I have detected that Edgewater's power supply is now optimal. I applaud your willingness to invest your time in the local community. What can I do for you, Captain? Do you know how to install a power regulator? Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you. Across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
Alright, let's go do it. In fact, let's take a look at this ship, shall we? Let's see. Okay, that door's sealed. Alright. A lot of good that's doing, though. Sealed. 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 Wall. Sealed. I don't know why I pointed out the wall, I'm sorry. What else do we have? I see a workbench. Shotgun. Oh, this is for respecting. Interesting. I can reset my skill points if I so choose. Thank you, Obsidian, for doing that. That's nice. It used to be you had to jump through some hoops to do stuff like that. I think I checked everything here. At least they've made it easy. Anyway, let's get out of here.
I do for you, Captain? All systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the Unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Let's get out of here.
We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Ah, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the Unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you. Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine.
Oh,
What
okay.
you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Culkelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay. Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lawless. You'll love it.
Well, thanks.
Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Culkelly.
Fine.
Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design. Cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time. I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters. Marvelous device. I'm quite proud of myself. The shroud changes the user's appearance to mimic that of another. It has limits. First-generation technology, you see, but promising. Exciting to see it in use at last. Very simply, the holographic shroud uses biometric information contained on standard identity cartridges to generate a holographic projection around you. Only stands up to a casual scrutiny. Use it too long, bound to flicker, blur, something like that. Movement makes it more likely. Best used in moderation. When you see guards in your path you can't sneak past, for example. Maintain your distance. Act normal. No running, no jumping. Don't draw their attention. If they pay attention, they're more likely to notice flaws in the hologram.
Uh-huh.
A change of clothes. What is this? Some old spy serial? What inattentive and brainless guard would be fooled by such a shabby disguise? The holographic shroud masks not only your clothes, but your face and fingerprints. It modulates your voice and sweetens your breath. Science, that's how. The beauty is they don't expect it. The shroud is the only one of its kind. We humans have a tendency to overlook the unexpected. Activate the disguise, walk past someone. What do they see? A figure dressed like a fellow employee. Don't act out. They won't focus on you. Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
Oh, I got turned around. Okay, there we go. Alright, where's the... oh, I guess it's up here. Ooh. There's some captain's quarters. Alright. I think some sleep is in order for my character. Alright.
Make yourself at home, Captain.
Oh, look at that view. So pretty. Anywho, on with it. Oh, you know what? That makes me wonder if the other companions have their rooms yet. Huh. There's a robot and wait, what? Ah, this must be Body's room then, huh? Okay, well, we've seen her room.
By verity, by strength. What are we contemplating today? Nothing too out of the ordinary. Just your run-of-the-mill vicar with a violently enthusiastic disposition.
Violently enthusiastic disposition.
That's what my parents called it. I grew up in a pit of a town much like Edgewater. I was destined to be a laborer like my parents, but I was infected early with a need to solve the equation. My passion didn't sit well with them. My parents, ironically. They internalized the precepts of scientism like no one I've ever known. They had a pure faith, a faith that brought joy to them regardless of the situation. I envied that. I wanted that peace. I thought if I became a vicar, I could find it. Or at the very least, find out why I lacked it. They thought I was fighting the plan, should have accepted my lot. Some people pursue the clergy for power, prestige, but that was not me. The plan is not one rigid path. There are a variety of multitudes contained within it. Our paths have variance, but we'll end up adhering to it, whether we like it or not. Some choices make the path smoother, some rougher. You can even go outside the lines, but the further outside you go, it's like an unbreakable elastic band. It will only stretch so far before it snaps back. The further it is stretched, the more violent the eventual correction. I have run headlong into too many walls in my pursuit of the truth. This book is my last hope, and you were my only hope of getting it translated. I honestly don't know what I'd do. This quest has consumed me for the better part of my life. I fear there's nothing else left to me. What about you? What's your story? And how did he do that? Well, you do seem different than every other colonist. Let's pretend for the moment I believe you. What are you going to do now? That seems a dangerous proposition. Why risk your life now that it's been returned to you? A commendable attitude. Bokonu, the author, had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our attempts to decipher the plan. Unfortunately, he was also one of the founders of the Philosophist school of thought, so the book is banned in this colony. Philosophism's a false religion that stands in contradiction to almost everything we know to be true. They believe all is chaos, in stark contrast to OSI's belief in the plan. But most of the Philosophist perversion of Bokonu's thoughts came more than a century after his death. I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous Philosophist scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Bokonu. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that book, it would be him. That's a good question. We should start on the Groundbreaker. It's where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures. I'll comb the last 6 months of departure manifests to track the Philosophist's off-world destination. Before I transferred to Edgewater, I had a wealth of time to develop certain, secular skills during my years serving a particular penitentiary flock. I meditated, led sermons, provided guidance to the inmates as needed, of course. I also played prison yard tossball and taught myself a bit about computronic security systems. Thank you, Captain.
Alright. We'll just, you know, go with that, I guess. What doesn't kill you gives you tetanus. So true. If I can find her, talk to her, see what's going on with the other person that's part of my little team here. Where is she? She was in here last time I seen her. Now she's not in here. Go figure. That must be the way to get out. Where the heck did she go? Go back to her room? Seriously, where did Parvati go? Where'd she go? She's gotta be around here somewhere.
Captain Hawthorne used to be more dashing.
Oh. Am I not dashing enough? Oh, there she is.
Sometimes I wonder about Mr. Hawthorne. What was he like? Why'd he make the computer a talkie? You think he got lonely, flying about on his own?
Okay, well, apparently I didn't have anything to say to her. Okay, guess we go.
Destin. Mission reached. The Groundbreaker. Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance? The unit is a cleaning SAM. Hawthorne brought it on board some cycles ago, I'm sure with the intent to modify it, but I've never seen it up and running. Alex likely recorded progress notes detailing his efforts to modify SAM. If you check the terminal in your captain's quarters, we may be able to determine what work remains in order for SAM to properly operate. What part of the colony would you like to discuss? Ah, yes. As Dr. Wells is a wanted outlaw, he built his laboratory into an asteroid. Orbital destinations can be challenging to land on. His more so than most. There is a bounty on his head, one with a markedly high reward amount. Shall I engage the laser weapons system?
No, do not do that.
A sensible choice, as we do not have any laser weapons. The outlaw scientist known as Dr. Phineas V. Wells has taken a measure of precautions to make the lab undetectable to those hunting him. Even knowing the location, my systems resist my orders to go where I instruct them. Of course. What part of the colony would you like to discuss? We're cleared to dock with the Groundbreaker if that's your desired destination. If we're going there, please be sure all docking forms have been filed in triplicate and fees have been paid. The Mardettes take their docking laws quite seriously. I can, yes. Let me add that to my list of 1,435,498 tasks I am simultaneously executing in order to run our ship. You are more than welcome, Captain. The Groundbreaker was Halcyon's original colony ship. It has since been repurposed as a service station in the Lagrange point of the system. Freighters often deliver or pick up goods from the Groundbreaker en route to other destinations. The city ship hosts an array of cargo bays, factories, housing sections, and more. Many of Halcyon's companies maintain office spaces with stationed representatives in what is considered a truly neutral territory within the system. I have filed the required docking forms in triplicate, and fees have been paid. Of course. What part of the colony would you like to discuss? Where in Terra 2? Edgewater is the sparkling county seat of Emerald Vale, or it was when first built. Since then, neglect and time have worn away her shiny veneer. The town is near the coordinates where Captain Hawthorne died. It would not be unfortunate if something, like say, a plague, were to wipe Emerald Vale from the face of the planet. You mean the ones who did not answer my distress call with medical assistance, but instead came to issue my injured captain a parking ticket? I'm sure they are wonderful humans who don't deserve to be wiped out by starvation or a devastating plague. Since you diverted power to Edgewater, the botanical lab shut down, and the deserters were forced to return to town. Meanwhile, the cannery's output increased, enabling the town's population to prosper. Thank you for nothing, Captain. I cannot say. First, I need to adjust my memory interpretation sensors, but I think my answer is yes.
Okay.
Of course. What part of the colony would you like to discuss? Where in Monarch? Ah, Monarch. The armpit of the Halcyon system. Her last functioning port town is Stellar Bay. Well, that is if you don't count Sublight's Smuggler's Port in Fallbrook. I believe it has something to do with the planet being an uninhabitable wilderness, and a lawless land with no corporate presence. You may wish to survey the residents in Stellar Bay for additional data points. It's Sublight run for the purpose of shipping contraband, and before you ask, I don't know the coordinates, so I can't dock us there.
Oh.
Of course. What part of the colony would you like to discuss? Where in Monarch? Warning. All colonists are urged to reconsider travel to Cascadia due to infestation of mantisaurs and risk of indefinite detention or death. There are no people aside from marauders in Cascadia. There is only death. The local report is that you will very likely die if you leave Cascadia's landing pad. This is one of those times where you say one word but really mean another, isn't it? I suppose you would find an environment like this fun. How can I be of assistance?
It's funny.
I have lots of minutes. Many minutes. Unlimited minutes, perhaps. Providing an adequate power source, I can function indefinitely. I require a captain to pilot the ship. Without an identified captain or crew, I serve no purpose. As you may be aware, Captain Alex Hawthorne was a smuggler of some repute. I failed to predict the likely outcome of his reckless behavioral patterns. I should have predicted that. In our travels together, Alex liked to pass time by, as he called it, tinkering to improve my design. If you mean, was Captain Hawthorne my first? Yes, he was. How can I be of assistance? Certainly, Captain. What would you like to hear? What happened to the captain who kept pestering his ship computer? The life support was disabled. Ha, ha. Get it? Now playing a Spacer's Choice advertisement jingle.
It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's Choice.
Everyone in Halcyon is contractually obligated to label this or another board-certified jingle their favorite song.
Alright, that's
As
enough.
you wish, Captain. I must comply with all direct orders. See you soon, Captain.
Can we talk?
Alright, but before we do, take a quick little break. So that way you guys can take one too. And I'll be back very shortly. Alright, coming back very shortly. I just wanted to take a quick little break, eat a little snack. Didn't want you guys to see that. So, let's put that up. Also guys, I do have a flyer with the website stuff on it, so you guys can message me if you want it. It's in a PDF format. You can hand them out, try to grow the channel. Like I said, I know this is still small, you know, and I know I got, excuse me, I know I have an overlay and icons and the logo, but I mean, all of that's for nothing if you guys, I don't get enough people to watch, you know, so let's say just let me know. I have a Facebook as well. I said, hopefully you guys have been enjoying it so far. Hopefully you can hear me better. Hope you guys like the overlay package for whoever's watching it on. So, all right, well, let's get back in it. Yeah. I still have no idea what's going on with the chat. I can't seem to get it to work. It just says connecting. So I guess that's something I'm just gonna have to wait until tomorrow, and or after the live stream, try to get it fixed, so that way it's working next time. I think what it is though is the this application I'm trying is supposed to be able to multi-stream. So if you're watching this on Twitch, you're getting a normal Twitch, but it's also going to YouTube, and it's also going to the Facebook gaming page. So it is trying to multi-stream, and I wonder if that may be what's going on. I'm not really sure. I'll have to contact support on that and try to get it fixed for you guys, so that way you can be able to talk to me. But at least you can just sit back and just watch and enjoy the wonderful little movie of the outer world to me playing it. But let's go ahead and save. Hadn't saved in a while. And then Pravati wants to talk, so let's go talk to her. What's up? Nope, let's go. Oh, I have up to 6 people. But I can only have up to 2 companions accompany me at any one time. Interesting. I got a little something down here that I was wanting, sorry. this so that way it's out of the way. Hopefully you don't hear this. Which of course you did. Whoops. Apparently, I forgot to turn the game audio back on when I went on break. Alright. Hopefully, it's fixed now. I do apologize for that. It's a good thing I have subtitles on. Yeah, guys, sorry about that. I just forgot I had turned the sound off, which I don't even know why I did. I normally don't.
For a stroll around the docking base? Sure was. Got a knack for upsetting the board and the Mardettes all at once. Between you and me, I was hoping they'd come to fisticuffs. I had this foreman, right? Guy never liked me, always trying to get a rise out of me. But I keep my chin up, right? Be the bigger man, I tell myself. He's a Spacer's chosen man, though. So when the Chosen beat my Rangers the other night, my foreman comes swaggering up with his head full of boasting. That's when I broadsided him with a tossball stick. Yeah. Look, this was a long time coming. Guy thinks he can push me around because he's some sky-high foreman, and I'm just a back bay's dock worker. Well, former dock worker. Guess I just tendered my resignation. Enjoy my freedom. Scrounged together enough bits for a 0G. Other than that, can't say as I do. Hey, not for nothing, but I saw you wander out of that ship over there by the dock. Wouldn't happen to be yours, would it? Captain of the Unreliable. You're like something out of a serial drama. Hey, I don't want to talk your ears off, guessing you got places to be. I appreciate your time. Felix Millstone. Pleased to make your acquaintance. See you around, boss.
Does that mean I gained another companion?
Going for a stroll around the docking base? Going for a stroll around the docking base?
Careful where you smoke. The crew bills us for air filtration.
Okay.
Hey.
Do you mind? I'm trying to file a report.
Sorry. Okay, so I know not to touch anything in there.
We move cargo 16 hours a day.
If it wasn't for us, this whole damn station would be shut down.
Alright, well, I guess we'll go over here to customs and see.
Mechanicals all over, but they still got us sweating to move.
I wonder what that fella did to get the board so riled at him.
Customs and inspection, right this way. Identification, please.
Captain Hawthorne, you said. Let me apologize in advance. I'm about to ruin your day. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it.
But we've hardly been out of Edgewater long enough to get in trouble.
Well, isn't this wonderful? The captain's done something to get on the board's bad side.
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. Probably. You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford, our board representative here on Groundbreaker. His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a Byzantium commode. You can't miss it. Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that way. I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, it doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations. If I had to take a guess as to why, you must have riled up someone important. You take the starch out of them, well, you won't hear any complaints from me. Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor?
Sure.
Wanda Dorset over in sickbay, tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it.
What's wrong with her shipment?
A handful of SAM cleaning units retrofitted for surgery. I don't know much else. I stopped listening when she started yelling. Much appreciated. Is there anything else I can help you with? The fence. You'll find her in the rest and go, on your left when you enter the promenade. Make sure you bring an empty belly. Most places are on the promenade deck. Big door yonder, straight through security. There's a bar on the starboard side. I got a preference for the Lost Hope myself. Talk to Vera. She'll set you right. You need anything else? You let me know. Don't want anyone saying Groundbreaker's not the most hospitable port in the colony. Maybe. Most of the shipping traffic in the system passes through Groundbreaker. Every couple of months, we even get a big interstellar freighter. 2 biggest operations are the board. That is, Halcyon Holdings and Sublight Salvage. But there are independent operators around the promenade deck. Most of those jobs are going to take you off station, though. Commandant Sanita might have a couple of folks she needs killed. Bad folks, I mean. Not regular folks. She'll be at the security desk behind me. Chief Junlei might have an errand needs running. She's all tied up trying to fix our heat problem. You'll find her in engineering.
No kidding? I'd love to get a look at this old girl's innards. I bet they're real twisty and weird. In a good way.
If you're thinking to make a career here, don't waste your time. Full-time jobs on Groundbreaker tend to be inherited, or go to a fellow crew member's kid. Keep it in the family, you know. Are you pulling my leg? You must be one of them long-haul freighters from outside the colony. Well, I won't hold it against you. Goes like this. Back on Earth, before the crossing, the powers that be were selling off stakes in distant star systems they thought had potential. A bunch of companies decided to throw in together and form the Halcyon Holdings Corporation, then buy up the rights to this here colony. That group's what we now call the Board. Yep, Groundbreaker's the only real independent port. Aside from us, there's just tramp freighters and wildcat miners. Seems like every year the Board's offices get bigger and their ships take up more of the landing bays. Haven't seen nearly as many tramp crews this year.
Stupid thing.
Groundbreaker was one of the original colony vessels to come over on the crossing, a few years before her sister ship, the Hope. Once everybody'd been de-thawed and dropped dirt side, the original crew of the Groundbreaker decided they rather liked the spacefaring life. I guess that was the start of our independent spirit. Now, here we are. Sitting around drinking whiskey and smoking cigars, yeah, probably. Can't say for sure, of course. Doubt I'll ever see the inside of it myself.
Okay.
Glad to help. Relative to the Board holdings? Not really. But there's a few with the means to go where they will. They aren't rich, but they aren't likely to look too close at your work history either. They strip the parts from derelict ships and abandoned outposts. There's some that say they make the derelicts and encourage folks to abandon their steads. Sublight gives me the creeps. I've known folks who went to work for them and just vanished.
Vanished?
They're on the promenade run by a woman named Lilia Hagen. I'm only telling you so you know to avoid them. All right. He's friendly enough unless you speak ill of the board. Get the sense he doesn't care for Groundbreaker much. Not that he would, being a board man and all. He's our liaison. They can't abide an independent township, especially not one they gotta depend on. We're the first and last stop out of this colony. All their interstellar freighters come through us, and we skim a few bits off the top in manifest processing fees with every one. Folks around here will bluster that the board hates our freedom, but really, they know we can stop their out-system shipments anytime we like, and that terrifies them. You sure you didn't just step off one of the interstellar freighters? There's no working with the board. They don't share, not bits, people, or resources. You work for them, or you don't work at all. Groundbreaker cooperating now would be tantamount to joining their ranks, and we sure as shit ain't about to do that. It's a delicate balance, right? We could cancel their freighters' docking privileges in retaliation, but where'd that lead us? They got assault cruisers, gunships, and a handful of mining operations at their fingertips. We push them too hard, maybe they decide we'd be better in 10 trillion little pieces. Or they cobble together a new Groundbreaker and put us out of business.
The board wouldn't do that. Would they?
The board is necessary to provide order to the colony. They believe it's their prerogative to overrun you. But whether you allow that is up to you.
It's a tough line to walk, no doubt about that. But we make do all right. So far, anyway. Sure thing. Be seeing you.
Alright, I guess I didn't really like look around, but there's probably not really much around here.
If you got a maintenance issue, take it to Chief Junlei. She's in engineering.
But I guess we can take a little look-see around. Just a look-see though. Well, I hurt myself a little bit apparently. Just like I figured, there's not really much. Okay.
Hmm?
This is it. Security. I can check the departures registry to find out which crew the Scholar shipped in and out with. As always, I am at your disposal. What are we contemplating today? Yes, well, now that we're here, can we check in with security? I'd like to track down that Scholar.
Remind me why we want to do that?
If I can access the data cartridge from the terminal in security, I can easily hack into their arrivals and departures registry. That'll give us dates, times, and the crew manifests for every registered ship. I'll comb the last 6 months of departure manifests to track the Philosophist's off-world destination.
I picked up this weird signal the other day. It was coming from Monarch.
Here we go again. No one lives on Monarch. It's a wasteland. You're hearing things.
No, seriously. There was a lot of static at first, but then this voice said his name was Graham?
Graham, right. Broadcasting on a dead world full of monsters. Now I've heard everything.
You know, it takes more muscles to frown than to smile.
Who told you that? Graham?
Asshole.
Just in case. Pretty sure I don't need to say this, but I'm gonna save. Uh-oh.
What? What was that? I'd better take a look.
Not really sure what to do. I'm gonna get caught.
Mine's playing tricks on them.
Hey, I saw that. What do you think you're doing? Just don't complicate my job, okay?
I'm sorry. Whew. Seriously, where is this terminal?
Breaker, so I've no problem with him. We keep the poster up to keep the peace is all. Do I look like your gossipy best friend? While I'm on post, I take my duties real serious. I would have no qualms whatsoever escorting you to a cell. Understand?
Huh? Okay, well it looks like for some reason, I don't know if everybody can see or not.
I'm not here for a chat. Now get moving before I see you moved. We're the security force here on Groundbreaker. Started back before the crossing, you know.
The original force was made up of a Marine detachment from the 77th Marine Expeditionary Unit, Trailward Fleet. Folks started calling us Mardettes because it was easier to say. Guess it stuck.
Hi there. Haven't seen you around before. What can Groundbreaker Security do for you today? Chief Tennyson don't generally hire outsiders for station jobs, but you could try asking at Sublight Salvage. They got an office on the far end of the promenade deck. Anything else I can help you with, mister? They're run by Miss Hagen. Half the tramp captains and contractors in the system have worked for her. I ought to warn you straight off. Scuttlebutt says some of the jobs they do aren't exactly above board. Downright anti-business, if you catch my meaning.
Right.
Let's say there's been times when I heard somebody needed a thing, and somebody else had such a thing, but they weren't inclined to sell. Now let's say the one who had the thing suddenly found theirs missing, and the one who needed got one. If anyone asks, Sublight says it got salvaged from an old wreck. Case closed. If anybody could prove them criminals, the board would have put their foot down a long time past. They always got, what do they call it? Deniability?
Deniability.
Something gets nicked or someone turns up dead, Sublight says, hey, independent contractor, not our responsibility. But everyone knows what they're doing, top to bottom. Against is a strong word. Let's say that if you need something the board ain't inclined to sell, you might look to Sublight to get it. You might pay Sublight a shitload of bits for it, but that money gets passed on to their contractors, so in the end, it's still business.
You must admit, there is a beauty to the order of it. Everything operates within the constraints of the grand plan, even organized crime.
People do what they gotta to get by. Oh, sure, sorry. Gets a mite boring at this desk, you know. Then I get to chatting too much and Commandant Sonita's gotta reprimand me again and... Oops, doing it again. Sorry.
Oh, don't worry. Captain's real understanding.
Can't speak for the captain, but I'm used to listening to folks drone on about their pointless, depressing lives.
Awful generous of you, listening to me like this. This is the security desk, sir. If you're here to report a crime, you'll want to talk to Commandant Sonita. I'm not authorized to take incident reports anymore. I'm not so good at filing. Mix up first name and surname 1, 2, 7 times. Well, folks are liable to start taking your filing privileges away. We can't just let anyone walk in here. I wouldn't be, well, it's not... We just don't. Maybe if you clear an open bounty and get in good with Commandant Sonita, or help Chief Tennyson fix this heat, that might warrant a thank you tour or something. All right. Sure, and stuff from outside the system too, off the interstellar freighters. That's why we also have so many armed Mardettes on duty here. That'd be awful weird. On account of you should be locked up back here too then. All right. Less than there used to be. Fewer freighters passing through these days. I spend some shifts just listening to the wireless. Search me? I mean, don't search me, because that's my job. Get it? I reckon you'd have to ask the folks in Byzantium.
I'm not really sure exactly what I'm supposed to be doing in there.
Looking sharp.
Well, I guess whatever I'm looking for him is not in here. So, I don't really know.
I could spend hours reflecting on the secret workings of the universe. Little else in this colony offers such a relaxing pastime. So, tell me what's on your mind. I excel at confessional listening. Yes, well, now that we're here, can we check in with security? I'd like to track down that scholar.
Hey there. Be seeing you.
Maybe if I, let's see. I can't get in there apparently. Alright, so I guess we'll have to do a different one. Guess until I can get my stuff up here.
Try not to be distracted by the glare of the adverts. Lots of unsavory types about.
Candy shell around a sweet purple berry flavored scent. Suck it, chew it, you can do it.
Ooh, can we rent an upstairs room?
How do you do? And welcome to the Rest and Go. We used to be the Go and Rest, but folks never knew when to leave. Sorry. Business has been slow. Anything to occupy the time. Fine, as long as the board keeps its grubby mitts to itself. Chief Tennyson holds the ship together, the Promenade holds our economy together, and Sublight is the shoddy jewel in our rusty old crown. Our Chief Tennyson has an independent streak, same as her mother and grandmother who rode this ship on the crossing. There's a reason the board's embassy is a glorified shoebox. While Junlei Tennyson lives and breathes, Groundbreaker remains free. Our local garbage collectors. That Lilia Hagen never met a debris field she didn't like. She freely admits she planted her roots in Groundbreaker to escape board oversight. But I think there's more to it. She's unusual in the head, that one. Of course, most of our supplies come and go through merchants. Company ships and salvage runs are the only traffic we tend to get. I try and steer clear of that creepy fellow in the moon mask. If there's a cost to being a company man, he paid it in spades. Oh, you can't miss her. Right behind you, number 2. First unit on the left, or second unit from the right, depending on which direction you count from.
I don't have time for this.
Bless my heart. A stranger come knocking on a poor old woman's door. You here for a particular reason? Or did the neighbors tell you how good my sugar cookies are? Made without a single natural ingredient, or an oven. Just like store-bought. Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be thrown to the void just for discussing such a transaction. Lucky for us, Groundbreaker's a free port. We're outside of the board's control. For the time being, at least. Now, I only have the one nav key. And they're hard to come by these days. It won't be cheap. If you find yourself lacking in the bits, I might have an opportunity you'd be interested in.
Opportunity, huh?
Phineas, that old kook. He was quite the dancer back in his prime, did he tell you? Real light on his feet. Real light in the wallet, too. He still owes me a small fortune. Laws. Maybe I should charge you double.
Whoops.
Well, I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little moral flexibility. Might be this could help out the Groundbreaker, as well as earn some bits. But if you've got qualms... Do you know Edna, over in engineering? Sweet as a pea, that one. On occasion, she'll pass along transmissions I might find interesting. She sent me a recording of a distress signal she'd scraped from the Groundbreaker's comm array. Curious thing is, it came from an outpost called Roseway. And Auntie Cleo abandoned that place years ago.
Really?
Can't say I know for sure. Maybe it never really was.
Sounds like someone poking into somewhere they shouldn't be got into a spot of trouble.
Comm centers don't operate themselves, Captain. Someone had to have sent that distress call manually.
Those corps are cleverer than all get out. Might have been a ruse to keep the rest of the board from sniffing around.
I'm in.
You've got an ear for intrigue and a nose for bits. I like that. Here's a copy of the SOS recording, complete with the coordinates. If you should find a secret worth selling, might be I could find a buyer. Corporate bigwigs will pay top bit for inside information on their competitors. The more we got the corps fighting each other, the less time they got to meddle in our affairs.
Alright.
Don't forget to come find old Gladys when you're done.
Yes, ma'am.
Might want to acquaint yourself with Junlei Tennyson, Groundbreaker's chief. She's been trying to get a handle on this heat problem we've got. You'll find her fretting in engineering. I'd say she's a sweet girl, but law forfend someone call me a liar. Won a charming copper kettle off that girl who runs the pub. She's a fierce arm wrestler, but she's no match for your pal Gladys.
Might as well get rid of some stuff. Might keep the shotgun. Might actually keep that. Considering somebody gave it to me. Alright.
I'd work just for the cookies.
Huh?
Next one.
Something was a lie. Nice. What's this?
Sometimes I question my decision to be out here. But then I remember, free will is just... illusion.
Huh. Interesting. Excuse me. Wait, I think I know where I am. If I am where I think I am... Oh, don't tell me that. And... Interesting. I was wondering if I was back behind the security thing. Wondering if I can get in there.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. The board would like to remind spacers and other travelers that passage to Monarch is restricted for your protection. Canyons of acid and sulfur rain are the least of the horrors plaguing the surface of Monarch. Anarchists live as one with the animals, lawless, savage, and unemployed. The board's embargo ensures that nothing can leave the planet and threaten our hard-working citizens. This story brought to you by Halcyon News. All the news that's fit to broadcast.
Rizzo's Purple Heart Punch. You want a punch? You've got your punch right here.
Ah, dang it. Keep getting so close. I wonder if there's somebody that sells those things.
So Spectrum Vodka.
Do you know what's happening on Terra 1? Last I heard, the board was in dispute with the Renegade Company.
You been flying the Outer Systems route lately? Deader than a space matapillar out there.
Traffic's down all over. Even the
Well, sorry about the heat. Chief Tennyson will get the radiators fixed soon. Of course, this heat sure makes a zero-G brew extra refreshing. It's an ale that's good for what ails you. Oh, and it's not the best choice, it's Spacer's choice. Taste the freedom. A lot of slogans to keep track of. And sometimes I forget. Heard of it. My orientation aether wave showed that famous Saltuna cannery, which I'm sure smells as good as it looks.
That's true.
Yeah. I hope they're gonna be okay.
I'm sure they will.
That's a Spacer's Choice spirit. Take what you have, polish it up, and make the best of it. So, what can I get you? Some soap? Everyone loves soap. Everyone will love you for using it, too. I'm bound to satisfy headgear-related inquiries. Please send any complaints to our Consumer Care Headwear Division. Oh, I'm having a stellar day. And not just because I'm legally obligated to say so. Almost as stellar as a Spacer's Choice is affordable. I can see all of the top quality merchandise in the Spacer's Choice catalog, which is available here at a reasonable price. Spacer's Choice regrets that we don't sell toothpaste at this time, but we're always working on delivering exciting new products to our customers. Spread Wash, Mouthwash, and Mantafloss are among the exciting line of dental goods currently in development. Don't miss out on these deals. You'll find none like them on all of Groundbreaker, or anywhere in the Halcyon Colony. Trouble sleeping? Try our Lunar Eclipse Mix. That's 2 handfuls of pep pills washed down with a hearty swig of 2-hour energy brew. The blast will send you through the stratosphere, and the crash will knock you out cold, guaranteed. Add an additional 10% to your purchase today, and the proceeds will be donated to Spacer Cares, our premier corporate welfare program. At Spacer's Choice, we care about your health and emotional well-being. That's why we put Martin through 6 years of vendor school, only to make him wear this hat. Even if my contract didn't forbid it, I think it's part of me now. Now, are you ready to make Spacer's Choice Lunar Green Moonmouth lozenges a part of you? Lunar Green, the future is spearmint. Damn it. Slogan for that one. Look, this hat, my job. It may not seem like much to a brave space captain, but they're all that I have. If there are self-made purgatories, then we all have to live in them. Mine can be no worse than someone else's. Now, if we're done with the chit-chat, I hope you don't mind if I make the most of this short life and try to be the best moon person I can be. You do that? Gosh, anything to fill my daily quota.
See if he's got any of those. Oh wow, he actually has those hats. I think I will buy one just for the hell of it. Okay, so now that I got that out of the way.
Nicely done. There it is. Just yank the drive, and I'll do the rest. Now that we have the data cartridge, I can finally find out where that scholar I'm looking for ended up.
As soon as he gets out here. Come on.
Got it. His name is Reginald Cheney, and he joined a sublight salvage crew. Only he's not listed on the return manifest. Must have made landfall somewhere he wasn't supposed to. Ah, yes. Here. There's a domicile on Monarch in Fallbrook, rented to the same bit card he used to buy his seat on the salvage ship. I should have guessed. What better place to lay low if you wish to avoid the authorities? Oh, it's nothing. I suppose I really didn't have much faith in actually finding him. Was a bit of a long shot, wasn't it? I admit it was a bit of a long shot, but when you've spent as many hours as I have in contemplation of the universe's secrets, you sometimes get a sense for these things.
Well, alright, so we got that out the way.
Little mock apple cider. A hard cider for a hard person.
This is Halcyon Gas. Interrupt your regularly scheduled advertising.
Great law, is it hot in here? Or is it just my glands acting up again? What do you want, then? My hard-earned wisdom? That's right, dearie. The only independent station in the colony. That's us. Though for how long, I can't say. That all depends on Miss June Lay. The board can't abide a community that won't bend to its will. They've always got one scheme or another running, looking for ways to bring us to heel. Like this heat business. Shameful. But it won't work. No, sir. Groundbreaker's free till the day she dies, law willing. Go right ahead, sweetheart. Ask the common folk, and they'll tell you it's on account of all the monsters on Monarch desperate to gobble you up. Because that's what the board tells them, you see. I think they made some fool mistake that would make them look bad to the rest of the colony, and they're trying to hide the evidence. Those board folk are real prideful-like. Never want you looking behind the curtain, lest you see their derrieres. But old Gladys knows the score. The whole colony's not much more than a diorama, showcasing one board screw-up after another. That's why we gotta keep them from getting their grubby mitts on Groundbreaker. She's our mess. Probably. Every once in a while, we get these snippets of radio chatter. Edna shows them to me. Some man hooting and hollering about the light in us all. Claims he's transmitting from Monarch, but who knows if that's true. Might be true. Might be some new trick from the board. Groundbreaker's radiators. Been neither fine nor dandy for weeks now. Miss Junelay's supposed to be getting them fixed, but the board's determined to get in her way. The board can't abide a community that won't bend to its will. They've always got one scheme or another running, looking for ways to bring us to heel. Like this heat business. Shameful. But it won't work. No, sir. Groundbreaker's free till the day she dies, law willing. So a little of this, a little of that. I buy and sell items that require discretion to dispose of. Knickknacks. Curios. I also knit throw pillows stuffed with the hair of famous tossball players. But that's more of a passion project.
I'm not sure that's
entirely legal.
That's half the reason I make them, my dear. But that's not what you wanted to talk about, is it, dear? Anytime, sweetheart. You know where to find me. Here, take a candy with you.
Sounds like there's an echo, huh? Interesting. Because I don't think sound is coming anywhere. Nope. That just might be the live stream. I can't do anything about that. Can't wait till I get the chat fixed, considering I can't see what anybody's chatting about. I can see a little snippet down in the corner, but I can't read that. Give me a second. I don't know why my chat's not. Huh. I really don't understand what is going on with the chat. It's driving me crazy. Like, I want to know what its problem is. I can't even see it on the app. That's weird. Who knows? Anyway. Got about 30 minutes for the rest of the live stream, so let's get into it. I want to know...
If you're here for this week's magazine club meeting, you're a touch late. Yes, dearie? Take that darling ship of yours down to Roseway, where that distress signal I told you about came from, and ferret out some tasty corporate secrets for old Gladys. Shouldn't be too tough for a fella like you, I'd think. I've got a lovely little throw pillow. Just something I toss together. Like to keep my hands busy.
Okay. What happened? Okay. trying to remember how to get out. Alright, there we go. Okay, so let's go find this lady in sick bay.
You can't keep me out of there.
Please don't make a scene, Dr. Fenhill.
I am not making a scene. I'm sorry. Am I causing a scene? See, Umfuru? We could have avoided all this unpleasantness if you just let me talk to Jessie in the first place. Let me get one thing straight. Jessie and I are not friends. I just owe her, okay? As for the rest, I'm trying to figure that out. All I know is that she's been here too long, and she's apparently not receiving visitors. Be my guest. If you know something I don't about dealing with hospital bureaucracy, I'll be impressed.
You'd be surprised.
Something I can help you with?
Yes.
If only my other patients had so many inquiring after them. I'll tell you what I've told the others. The records say Miss Doyle checked herself in and requested I admit no visitors. The requests of our patients are paramount, so no, you may not see her. She's not my patient. I'm certain no one on my staff would falsify patient records, if that's what you're implying. Not without dispensation from Chief Junlei, I fear. Supplies are hard to come by out here.
What do you mean?
We don't have the ability to manufacture our own medical supplies here on Groundbreaker.
Uh-huh.
Regrettably, we are dependent on the board for such mundane items as bandages and antibiotics, as well as more critical resources like adequately trained staff. We'd nearly signed a supply agreement with Anti-Cleos, but they demanded we only use their branded drugs, and that's simply not tenable. Take care.
Can't say I've seen you before. I take it you're a freighter captain? If you're here to better yourself, you'll have to wait. We're having a spot of trouble with our delivery service. Did he now? The mouth on that man. I swear his late mother'd be ashamed. He must be referring to Irion. I'm sure the fool's gotten himself into another scrape. I'm beginning to wonder if I'm ever gonna get my service mechanicals at this rate. Our delivery man. A brave idiot with a penchant for getting himself delayed. Sometimes by dates, usually by bandits. Surgery, mostly. Medical personnel are difficult to come by on Groundbreaker. The board won't let their doctors and nurses station here, and they own all the medical schools. If we can't hire their people, we can't hire anyone.
Well,
Everyone on staff here on Groundbreaker was trained by me or Idris. We're good, don't get me wrong. But we've only 2 heads between us, and we don't know everything.
I could try to find him.
I'd be grateful if you'd spare the time. We need his delivery soon as yesterday. Last he told me, he was taking a shortcut by Scylla, an asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. That's where I'd start, were I the adventuring type. You look out, though. The place is probably crawling with outlaws.
Stay in the public areas and we'll get along fine.
Ah.
You're sure this is perfectly safe? I'd rather not die early of an infectious disease myself.
Oh, shut up.
For the last ratchet on rotten time, leave me in peace! You hull-headed quacks do know that restful recuperation requires not being disturbed, don't you? What? Why? Everything's fine. We're all fine here. No need for her to be worrying her pretty little head about me. I'm just terrible, dreadful sick is all. Got a cough that won't quit and sores all over my body. Highly, lethally contagious. But I'll be fine, so long as I'm left alone. Should've known she'd send a bruiser after me. Damned if I don't rue the day I saved her scrawny little hide. Inadvertently, I befriended a bloodhound in the process. Alright, okay. We can discuss this like the level-headed folk that we are. Seems I've got to do something before Ellie goes jabbering my business to anyone with one ear and an intent to listen.
The truth is, I'm not sick. But if you repeat what I'm about to tell you to anyone, I will deny it with my dying breath. You, ain't with the board, are you? See, I owe them a lot. I might have missed a payment or two, and the other night I swear someone was following me back to my room. So I hold up here to lay low.
What did you do to get you in trouble?
What? No, I didn't do anything. I'm a law-abiding denizen of this ship, I swear.
Yet you think the board had someone follow you and you're hiding out?
Think? No. I recognize a contracted killer when I see one, thank you. In my line of work, that's a skill you develop during week 1, assuming you want to keep breathing. Alright, I'll fess this part up too, if it means you'll help me. I'm a thief. I specialize in particularly high-end and historically valuable items. 3 weeks back, I caught rumor that the Blood Tier diamond, last worn by an heiress on the Lost Hope, had surfaced for the first time in 70 years.
So, you stole it?
If I had, you think I'd be hiding out in the med bay? I was gonna steal it, lined up Udom as my buyer. He paid half up front to finance the operation. Let's just say things went sideways about the time I got my hands on the diamond, and it crumbled to stardust in my palm. Anywho, I barely made it out with my life, and nary a plan to make back Udom's deposit I'd spent. Udom Bedford's the board guy on the station. He'd know how I stand with them. If you can square things for me, I'd owe you one even bigger than Ellie owes me.
Alright.
Thanks for helping me with the board. You're a real pal. Or I guess I should say, Ellie is one, huh?
Yeah, just stay here. What was that? Nothing. That's what. That was nothing.
Any word on Jesse? Good luck. The board's got an office on the promenade just before engineering. You can't miss it. I'd go with you to see the board's rep, but I'm not great with soft skills.
Uh-huh. Basically, you're gonna be a problem. Alright, let's see. Let's go do this one.
CNP pancake mix. Now requires no mixing.
Thought there'd be more machinery. Must be housed on a sub-level.
I could stand all day in here and not have looked at half the best stuff. It's all pretty worn, though.
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. Groundbreaker doesn't see many visitors. No, it isn't. It's a mess. But it's my mess, so I'll take the compliment. Just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the crew, the engineers, their family. I hope there won't be any problems while you're visiting. Good. Don't go making trouble, and chances are you won't find any. That's
Oh, I'm not looking for any, so you don't have to worry about
what brings
that.
you to Groundbreaker. I'm curious, even though 9 times out of 10 the answer's just passing through. Interesting. The powers that be paint an ugly picture of Monarch. Critters and such. Maybe someone in the promenade can get you the right weapon for the job. We see a lot of the same faces coming and going. Most of them board spies and corporate sprats. Makes it hard to trust outsiders. You seem different, so welcome aboard.
Well, thank you. Heard you're having a heating problem. What's going on?
Groundbreaker's radiators need replacement parts. They're dumping superheated air into my ship.
Why haven't you fixed it yet?
Only the board has access to new parts, and I won't let them swindle me into a corner.
Oh. Was there no room for compromise?
None. Every time I give in to the board, Groundbreaker loses its freedom. Soon there won't be anything left. I can't allow that. The board isn't helping, and my resources are spread thin. If I don't get those radiators back online, Groundbreaker, everyone on board, will be cooked alive. Reasonable, huh? That's the best news I've heard all day.
Mm-hmm.
According to my grandmother's old schematics, the parts we need should be in the back bays. Sorry, I forgot not everyone knows this ship like I do. The back bays are on a lower deck, long abandoned and a haven for miscreants now. You must not have been here long. In Halcyon, new parts come by way of interstellar freighters from Earth, and the board monopolizes that kind of trade. That means I'd have to negotiate with the board. I've already given them the shops, the docking fees, and a damn embassy. Damn right. And while I'm captain of the Groundbreaker, it falls to me to preserve this ship's independence. I have. One of my engineers, plus a small security detail. They didn't come back. I can't afford to lose any Mardits on this job. No offense, but a freelancer like you is more dispensable.
Oh, well, thanks.
Mardits are descended from the original Marine detachment that crossed the void with Groundbreaker. I don't put their lives on the line if I can avoid it. Good. Once you've obtained the parts, we can proceed to the next phase of repairs. This whole deck smells like ass. Only gonna get worse if I don't get those radiators fixed. Frustrating. Everything down to the circuit boards is past warranty, so I have the pleasure of making life or death decisions on a shoestring budget. Plus, there's no time to train my successor or document fixes in a way that anyone outside the family would understand. You see any bite-sized Tennyson children running around? I didn't think so. The next captain won't have my heritage. I'll have to foster that talent from somewhere. It's only a question of when. Sure is. The Tennysons came over on the Groundbreaker. My grandmother, Chief Gang, kept it together during the crossing and until she died. I was promoted only recently, when my mom died. Then I took the leap from Chief Engineer to Captain.
Wow.
They must have been amazing people to have taught you all you know, I mean, which is a lot.
That means a lot coming from a fellow engineer.
Was it a big change?
It was different knowing that I couldn't turn to anyone who could answer the tough questions for me. Maybe you can see why I'm protective of Groundbreaker. This ship is family. It's got tinkerings and bypasses that only Tennysons know about.
Oh, gosh. I don't know. I'm really just a dab hand with a wrench. Nothing special. Not like a chief engineer.
Don't sell yourself short. It doesn't take a seasoned pro to tinker on Groundbreaker. Just someone who knows how a ship ought to feel. We're always thirsting for help. If you could find your way around this labyrinth of ducts and panels, we could work something out. You've got my attention. You're right, I don't. The board is after two things, bits and power, and they only get it by sticking their nose where it doesn't belong. I placate them when I have something to offer, but I can also be a real hard-ass. It'd be a joy if I could kick out the corporate merchants and reclaim the docking fees in my lifetime. Too much of Groundbreaker's income is flowing in the wrong direction. I'd like to see that change. You've got my attention.
What? I didn't think you just...
Parvati, is it? That's a lovely name. What can I do for you?
I was just thinking, I haven't got much experience working with actual, real spaceships, Miss Junlei. Chief Junlei.
Junlei is fine.
Okay. Since you run a whole space station, I was wondering if... Well, maybe you could teach me some things. I could message you later, maybe?
I'd be happy to make the time, Parvati. You can ask me anything.
Right. In person. Sure thing, Captain. Wow, great. I'll do that then. Messages. Later. Oh, your name's pretty too. I should have said... Sorry. I like it. Honest. Sorry. Couldn't have done it without your moral support, Captain.
Now, if there's nothing else, there are other parts of the ship begging for my attention.
We'll be on our way. Wait. Okay.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled... with advertisement for the following story.
Let's do it.
Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company?
A neighbor from above approaches our realm. Back away now, or you'll parley with the king. Look at this ripe piece of meat just sizzling on the grill. Yum, yum. Time to feed the flames.
It's nothing personal. Promise.
Is this what carbon monoxide poisoning looks like? I don't think this deck is too well ventilated.
Speaking for myself, Captain, I am not of a mind to be murdered by a psychopath who plays with fire.
You came with the crew. Welcome. We got plenty of space to spread out, but only room for one captain.
Dang it. Oh. Should've, you know what? I probably should have switched my weapon. Yeah, that probably would have been better. Oh, why I didn't think to do that. Where is it? Yeah. Now I'm gonna get him.
Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company?
A neighbor from above approaches our realm. Back away now, or you'll parley with the king. Look at this ripe piece of meat just sizzle. Time to...
Is this...
You came with the... You stumbled into my court without an invitation, neighbor from above. If you don't have any business, then it's time to light up the grill. No one turns their back on me. That was done.
Problem solved. Taking that, and that, and that, and that, and whatever that is, and that. Taking that, and I'll be taking that. Start taking everything. Don't even care. Fair warning, they did try to kill me. Okay, so they got what was coming to them. Yeah, we're good. Do. All right. Huh? What? Oh.
That's the last of them.
Yeah, I was like, what just happened? But, alright. Well. We got through that one.
What do you think you're doing?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You and I never saw each other.
I'm sorry, I didn't even see that.
Haven't seen any new faces down here since I arrived. Not sure how long ago that was. McRed tends to incinerate anyone who comes by.
Well, he's dead.
That's too bad. I mean, he was a scary fucker, total pyromaniac, but you know how it is. You meet a guy, get used to his quirks, and then blam. I'll get back to my post. See you topside, stranger. Be seeing you, stranger.
Well done.
Don't mess with us.
Alright. Well, I took him out. Around, see if we got anything. Yay! Level up. Boo. Let's... Alright, so like I said, I try to do like a more well-rounded character because I kind of like to do a little bit of everything in one playthrough. So that's kind of why I try to have the numbers kind of set evened out. Because, I mean, some people like doing multiple playthroughs. I'm not one of those people. Like, I kind of want to get as much done in that one playthrough as possible. And then maybe try to do different save files so that way I don't have to do all the extra stuff, if that makes sense. I mean, I don't know of any people that do rounded, you know, characters when they play RPGs, but I'm just one of those weird people that would rather, I don't know, have a rounded character, I guess. What is this? Okay. Oh, I'm back in here. Okay, I was like, wait, what? Yeah, okay, I'm back in here. Got you.
Can you imagine being frozen for 10 years, sailing through space in a room such as this?
Yeah, I came out of one of those. Alright, well I think I explored everything. Yeah, I went down there. Wait, wasn't there like a vent somewhere, I think, that I seen that I didn't go through? Or am I imagining? I wasn't in here. Where did I see that? Or you know what, that might have been what I already went through. Oh, you know what, there's this ladder. Oh, no, there it is. Oh, okay, so this was just like a little way that you could go around, I suppose. But I didn't go up here yet, so let's go up here. Take a look. This might just be another one of those. Yep.
Fantastic, we've got them. Now we can move on to cleaner pastures.
Alright guys, let's get out of here, come on.
Smells kind of like old versus outflow pipes.
I got that already, but I guess maybe I didn't. Alright. On our way back up. Alright guys, well I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and end it here. And we'll go ahead and pick... Excuse me, sorry about that. We'll go and we'll pick up on Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And we'll continue more of the Outer Worlds. I've been loving this. Like I said, I know I haven't been like talking much, but that's because there's a lot of story in this, and I want to make sure that I'm paying attention so I can get the story, and so that way you guys can enjoy it as well. Video games have always been more of like a what do you call it? Interactive media. Okay, so it's kind of like a movie, but you kind of get to choose how things go through. So if you ever played Mass Effect, that's another game that's like story driven pretty much, like, and then it just has like a little bit of combat. You know, and then even the combat, like if you put it on easy, you're just like pew pew, recharge, pew pew, you know, it's a whole thing. Anyway, but hopefully you guys enjoyed MWalton07's gaming's live stream for today. Like I said, and hopefully the audio's better. I do have this microphone, and then I do have a actual professional one set up and ready to go at a moment's notice. I do have a logo now. I do have the little border that you see right there going around it. Also have panels for for my Twitch channel. There's also alerts. It's just that no alerts have been going off, so you can't really see them. But the awesome thing is that I can show you guys, once I get my mouse back, there we go. I can show you guys what this looks like. So that's when I get a follower, subscriber, a donation, a bit, and a host. So you guys can actually see that. There's more for merch and like some other ones, but I don't have a way to test them. So yeah, I got a whole custom thing for that, which reminds me I do now have a merch store, so you guys can help support the channel, and also sport some swag of your favorite Twitch streamer. There's some stuff in there, and there's more items to come. I got somebody gonna be start helping me with some of these designs for you guys, and depending on what sells, what doesn't, you know, we'll take away. I'll take away and put in what sells, what doesn't, what's popular, because I don't want to have too much stuff flooding in the store and then if nobody's buying it, obviously. I do have some flyers too that has the websites to the merch store, my Facebook gaming page, the Twitch channel, all that, complete with a logo, which I will pull out an example here for you guys. So if you ever want that to make printouts, I mean, I did this on a home computer with a printer, so if you guys would like that, it's in a PDF file. You can print it out like I did, pass them out. Just grow the channel. I mean, I've been loving this so far. I know, like I said, I had to put some money into it and try to get some better audio for you guys to make it look a more professional, more, you know, more personal, you know, to make it fit into a channel that just looks better, sounds better, you know. And oh, I do have a shirt coming too, by the way, guys. So I'll have a shirt that has M07 Gaming on it, coming soon. So I'll be wearing that during the live stream, so you guys can kind of see what it's gonna look like whenever I get that. I don't know when. What else? I'm sorry about the chat. I don't know what happened. For some reason, it's still continuing to say connect in the chat. Like I said, I'm trying this app that allows multi-streaming. So not only am I now streaming to my Twitch, but I'm also streaming to YouTube, and now I'm also streaming directly to my Facebook gaming page. So, you know, to try to reach more people, and the people that maybe for some reason can't get to Twitch, whatever, so that way everybody can be able to enjoy the content no matter what they're watching it on. But I had apparently some type of technical glitch with the chat, so hopefully maybe tomorrow I'll have that fixed before we do a community play, which reminds me, tomorrow from 4 p.m. to 8 is the community time. So if you guys have Bedrock Edition of Minecraft, you can add me on Xbox Live. It's basically the same thing, MWalton07. It's pretty obvious if you didn't know, but I'm on there. I'm on PSN and Switch, so it's all the same name. The gaming part's just part of the whole, like, because that's me, and then that's what I'm doing for, you know, for the channel. But anyway, but yeah, so, you know, you guys can always feel free to add me on there. We could play some Minecraft. That's what tomorrow is all about. So I'll be playing Minecraft with you guys. So make sure you guys send me a request for that, and I'll get you added in. I'll get you in the Discord. I think the Discord's even actually on my Twitch channel, so you guys can feel free to do that if you want. Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to be able to. It's just nice to have some new people and some more people to be able to play with. So please come tomorrow and join me. Even if you you know, don't watch the live stream, it'd still be nice because then you can be able to see yourself later on after it's been placed wherever. So I just think it'd be fun, and whatnot. So, but anyway, guys, that's gonna pretty much do it here for MWalton07 Gaming. You guys have a good night. Remember to be kind to one another, just like Ellen Ellen DeGeneres says, which is true. I agree with what she says. Be kind to one another. You know, we're all humans. We make mistakes. Nobody's perfect. We all have feelings. So just always remember that. And then of course the last thing I'm gonna say is just remember that video games should be fun. Always, 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 always remember that. I might try to see if I can get that quote on a shirt or something, because I say it so much. But as you probably have seen from the live stream, video games should be fun. So if you're not having fun, then obviously you're doing something wrong. But yeah, guys, so that does it here for M107 Gaming, and I'll see you guys on the next live stream.